Yep.
How was it doing Norman Dyken Brothers, and could you get into Ichiro quite well, you know what I mean.
Can I get into Ichiro? Norman Dyken Brothers was this anime that was a musical by Nabashin, and it was fun. There were like 12 songs per episode, and I'd never gotten to. No, I sang in Beck. And I sang in, well, Beck mainly. There was something else. Oh, fuck it. But Norman Dyken Brothers was a lot of fun, yeah. And Ichiro was very easy to play because I could go in there, like even when my voice was trashed like it is now, and just be like, hey. Because that was his voice, and it was so easy. Unless I had to sing, but it was such a soothing voice to do. And like, you could say anything in Ichiro's voice, and it sounds sweet and cute and funny. Hey, fuck you. I hate you. It's great, but that's exactly how he talked. And they had to really pump up the gain on the amp and everything. I had to be right up on the microphone. It was so quiet. Oh, that feels so good to talk like that. I love it. I missed that show. But it was a lot of fun. And getting to sing that much, it like helped with my jonesing for the stage. Because I don't have time to do stage work anymore. And I used to do lots of musicals. And it was good to sing in the booth. It was kind of crazy. Like, we worked so hard on that opening song with all the harmonies and shit. You know?
I love the ending.
You like the ending?
The Money song as well. I just need to.
Money.
The song I love, but I just need to see the dude who does that.
That's David Devaney. I did a production of the Rocky Horror Show, and he played Brad. And he's this like dorky-looking chubby dude, and he has this beautiful like tenor voice. It's really cool. He's good. He's a really good actor.
I'm buzzing.
Rocky Horror Show. I played Riff Raff. It was fun. And Greg Ayers was Frankenfurter. For real. No, really. Yeah. It was fun stuff. He didn't tell you about that?
No.
Oh my god. It's crazy. It's a really hard show, by the way. Like, it's exhausting. Woo. Next. Laura, Travis, do you have anything? That's what I thought. Okay.
If we go get some of those balloons, can you do some lines on helium, please?
No! No. Because I think my voice is too jacked up right now. I don't think it would work. Although I'm kind of curious. I might have to try it later. I don't know. We'll see. Next, yes.
I'm not actually myself, but if I'm not looking into it myself, but if someone was to come up to you at some point and say like, oh, I'm looking to become a voice actor, or I've just started as a voice actor, what would be like the 1 or 2 or 3 bits of advice you would give any starting voice actor?
Well, the first thing is I would have to find out. I'm burping. Awesome. Energy drink. Okay, what kind of, by voice actor, do you mean strictly, or would they mean strictly anime?
Probably, most likely.
The first thing you have to know about that is everyone who does voiceover, anime is just one of the things they do. You can't make your living doing anime. Like, I do all kinds of crazy shit. I do on-hold voices. I do audiobooks. I've done video games. I do commercials. E-learning. I do e-learning modules. Where I'm like, hey, let's learn about algebra. You know, like, now click enter. Like, maybe I'll get to do some porn. No, I don't. But so there's all kinds of work for people who are into voiceover. If you want to do just anime, I would say, okay, realize that. Are you hearing like it's the microphone? Yeah, I hear this weird crackling, like, but maybe I'm on cocaine. No, I'm not. So here's what I would say. First of all, you have to live where the work is. So you have to go to wherever anime is dubbed. Typically that's Vancouver, LA, Dallas, sometimes Houston, and New York. Okay, apart from that, I used to give a different answer, but you do want a demo made. And that's tricky because it's expensive. And you can't let someone screw you over on that. But you do want to get a demo made, you want to make contacts. The main thing though, the main bit of advice that's the most important is that you need to be an actor. Because it's the thing that a lot of people don't think about when they say, I want to be a voice actor. They think it's about getting in a booth and making funny voices or something, and that's like the last little ingredient. And usually you use your voice. You don't use funny voices. It's driving me insane. So the thing is, what you want to do is you want to act. Like I would ask this person, are you already an actor? Do you do theater? Do you do or whatever? Have you ever been with an improv troupe? Maybe have you tried stand-up comedy? Like anything that gets you speaking and lifting copy up off of a page in front of an audience, anything like that is going to be a great experience. And you'd be surprised at how many people haven't even thought about that. They're like, oh no, I've never acted in my life. I'm like, well then, why do you think you can be a voice actor? Because that's exactly what it is. It's just that it's a different medium. In fact, voice acting for anime is arguably the hardest form of acting because of all the technical stuff that's going on. As far as matching lip flaps and watching a director in a screen while you've got headphones on all at once. It's different from Western animation, which I'm doing some of that right now, where you talk and then they animate to your mouth. You know, totally different. But that's the main thing I would say. First, be an actor, or if you're not, take some acting classes. Second, look into getting a good demo produced. And 3, realize that you're going to have to work. Until ISDN technology gets to where it's not cost prohibitive, you're going to have to live in one of those markets. That's what I would say. And be a hooker. No, not really. Next. Yes?
When you go to any kind of video, some bit and it's really bad moments where you think, oh my god, why am I here? Or a week you just no work there at that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened. I mean, this is my 68th convention, so you're going to have some shitty experiences. Like the Haunted Hotel in New Orleans,
Yeah.
at that was terrible. There are just moments sometimes when you feel like you're in hell. Like when you're in your 5th hour of signing autographs and that person walks up to you and they go, hey. And you're like, hey, what's up? I don't know who you are. Could you sign something for me? I'm not sure what you've done. I really don't care, but I just wanted you to sign something for me. And you're like, what an asshole. Like, why am I dealing with this? Like, why do I have to put up with that? But, you know, that happens about once every 5 or 6 cons. And so, yeah, when that happens, you're kind of like, I'd rather be at home, you know, jerking off or something. Like, no, you know, but there have only been about 5 or 6 conventions in my life where it's just been like hell the whole time. There was this one, it was called Kitacon in South Bend, Indiana, which is like, it's only known for anything because Notre Dame is there, but like, there were probably 500 people at the con, which in the US is tiny. We were like, we need something to eat. This was like 5 years ago before we got smarter about cons. We're like, we need to be fed at some point. Like, we're really hungry. Well, there's a Taco Bell down the street. You can just go there and get something. What, really? And they had this one guest who was there, Tristan McAvery. And they like gave him a buffet to eat. And we were like, what the hell? Like, because we'd all done like probably 3 times as much work as he had done, but he had played Gendo in Evangelion. So the guy who ran the con was a big Eva freak, so he was all up on his junk, right? And this guy got like everything handed to him, and like we were like throwing scraps of like, there's a hair right here. Like, that's what I'm trying to discern. No, it's too long, unless someone has just never groomed in their life, which, you know, whatever. So yeah, I've had lots of bad cons, but the Haunted Hotel in New Orleans was awful. I was scared to death. Because I don't even really believe in all that stuff, but I've never had so much stuff going on around me where I'm like, oh my god, this place is fucking haunted. Like, it was just irrefutable. It was weird. And I just wanted to go home. But I ended up spending the night in Monica's room, and I was like, I'm scared. And she was laughing at me, even though she was freaked out too, because, oh, the best part of that con was when I called down to the front desk, and I was like, they were so like blasé about the whole thing because I was hearing rumors about the floor I was on. And I was like, hey, I'm staying on the 9th floor, and I want to know, before I could finish, someone goes, yeah, that's where the dude shot his brains out. Why do you ask? I'm like, there's some weird stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, that's probably because it's like the spirit of the guy who blew his brains out. I'm just letting you know straight up. And I'm like, oh, so weird. New Orleans is a strange town. It's cool, but it's, anyway. There was one con in Texas that was just shit. But we don't talk about that. Okay, yes. Next.